Hello students, in this session you will going to learn how to create a reset button and use a table in a HTML. First one, to create a reset button, we type a input tag with the attribute called type, and we have to set its value to reset button to use a reset button. And the value attribute can be used in the same way to change the text that appears on the button. That means we can set the reset button caption, that is by using a value attribute. And next one, tables. These tables can be used to display rows and columns of data, create multiple column text, captions for images and sidebars. The best example of a table is a timetable. Here data is arranged in terms of rows and columns. And to create a table, we use a table tag, that is a table, and which includes two tags, that is tr and td. Tr represents a row, whereas td represents a table data or cell, which defines a cell in a row. And adding a border, we can add a border for a table, that is by using border attribute, that is border equal to n, whereas n is a number of pixels thick around the table. And to make a solid border color, we use a border color equal to color attribute, that means border color equal to color. Next, to make a shaded colored border, we use either border colored dark or border color light attributes with a value called color. Next, creating a simple table. This is an example to create a table which contains 2 rows and 2 columns with the data 1, 2, 3 and 4 in a cells. To create a table, we have to type a table, that is table tag, with the attribute, that is border equal to 10, that is 10 is nothing but what? Thickness of the border. Next, tr represents table row, and in one row here, for first row we have 2 cells, that is 2 columns, 1 and 2, and for first cell the data is 1, that is td 1, and for second cell td 2. After that we have to close the tr tag. Next one, again we have to create a second row with 2 columns or 2 cells, that is td, its content is 3, td content is 4. After that close tr. Next, adjusting the width. See, here we can adjust the width of the table, that is by using a width attribute, that is we have to set width equal to n, that is n is in terms of what? Pixels. And this width can also be used in a table tag and also in a td tags. And while using a tables, we should note that a cell cannot be smaller than its contents, and if you make a table wider than the browser window, users will not be able to see the parts of it. So, centering a table, we can align a table in 2 ways here. First one is we type table align equal to center. That means we use the attribute called align and make its value to center. And second one, enclose the table tags in an opening and closing tag of center tags. Next, wrapping text around a table. It is possible to wrap a text around a table, and this technique is used to keep images and captions together within an article. And to wrap a text around a table, we type table align equal to left. That means we have to set align equal to left to align the table to the left while the text follows to the right. And creating the table using the tr, td and table tags normally. Next, adding a space around a table. That is, to add a space around a table, we use h space and v space attributes and set its value, that is in terms of what pixels. That is here h space equal to n and v space equal to n. That is where n is in terms of pixels that we use within a table. For example, table h space equal to 20, that is horizontal space, v space equal to 20. Next is spanning cells across columns. Okay, it is necessary to span one cell across many columns. This is, say for example, if you would use this technique to span a headline across the column of a newspaper article. To span a cell across many columns, we type a TD tag with the attribute called column span, that is COL SPAN equal to n. Here where n is the number of columns to be spanned. That is how many columns you want to span, that we have to use. Say for example, it may be 2 or 3 depending upon the table. Next, spanning cells across rows. To span a cell across many rows, we type TD row span equal to n, and where n is the number of rows to be spanned. Next, aligning a cell content. We can align a cell contents here, but by default a cell's content are aligned horizontally to the left and vertically in the middle. And to change the appearance of the cell content, we use, that is v align equal to direction to change the vertical alignment, where here direction it takes the value called top, middle, bottom or baseline. This is for v line, that is for vertical alignment. And next, we use align equal to direction to change the horizontal align, where direction it takes the value left, center or right. Next, controlling cell spacing. We use here cell spacing and cell padding here. Cell spacing is the space between the cells, while cell padding is the space around the contents of a cell here. And to control both types of spacing, that is cell spacing equal to n and cell padding is equal to n, and these attributes can be used in a table. Thank you.